This is how we can play It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas on acoustic guitar. We're going to keep the chords as basic as we can, which means no bar chords, but I want to be adding the thing that makes the recording so cool, so lush and beautiful, and we've got some quite basic ways that we can play some very complex chords. Key of D for this song, and the chord progression that we'll be using is really similar to my tutorial for Jingle Bell Rock. In some ways it might be easier to do that one first, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. But if you can play one, you can play the other. That's the great thing about these, they basically go as a pair. Just like in Jingle Bell Rock, we'll be starting with a D chord, and we have the option of the D6 and a D major 7. If you don't want to play those, just stay on the D. And the next chord would be a G to a B7. Again, like Jingle Bell Rock, we got E minor to A major, and we got the A7 happening. Okay, so a really basic strum through would be, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. All right, so basically, if you go through this song, and I'll leave a recommended chord sheet below, any chords that you can't play or you don't want to play, just cross them out and don't play them. It will still work like as a song, and harmonically it will still happen. But anything else you want to add, it's going to sound really cool if you do, because we're going to be keeping the strumming simple in this song. This is really a chords tutorial. So what we can add, if we want to be fancy pants and try and add something cool, we're going to go D, D6, D major 7, D6. Then we're going to add the B7, do it with the root here, root on the D sharp. So, everywhere you go. Rather than a G, do a G7, G major 7 to a B7. That's where all the clever stuff kind of happens, really. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. B7 over D sharp, G major 7, B7. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. Everything else exactly the same as easy peasy version. But if we can add, I'll do verse 2 as well as a demo. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. B7 over D sharp, G major 7, which is 1, 2, 3, B7. And here's why we need these tricky chords in, because we do have a diminished chord. So this is pretty high and intermediate to get these chords. But the prettiest side to see, that's a G sharp diminished over F. But the prettiest side to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Alright, so we've got some cool chords there. Let's just focus on that second verse, because that's where all the higher level stuff is in short succession, but it means it's a shorter section to learn. If you can do this, you can do anything in this song. From the verse, it's beginning to look D6, D major 7, D6, D. It's B7 over D sharp. So it's this without the root note, basically. The root note is the D sharp. G major 7, B7. Normal G major, prettiest side to C, G diminished, is the holly, D major, B7, E minor, A major, D major. The bridge introduces some bar chords, but if you could do the rest, you can probably play a couple of bar chords. F sharp, B minor, F sharp, B minor, we can play without moving the first finger, and just by moving fingers 2, 3 and 4 up and down a string like this. If you can't do this, just try playing E major, A minor with fingers 2, 3 and 4. This is the practice for these bar chords, because it's probably not the bar that's giving you an issue, because it's not moving. Okay, that'd be good practice, but after that it is E7, or just an E major. Dolls up, we'll talk and we'll go for a walk, and an A, E7, A7. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. Okay, so that is the bridge section. A pair of hop-along boots, this is an F sharp chord, and a pistol that shoots, B minor, F sharp, B minor, E major, E major, A major, E7, A7. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. After that, it's the same as what we've done already. Let's have a playthrough till the end of the song. 2, 3, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. After that, it's all exactly the same stuff as we have already done, so I'm going to let you watch a full playthrough of this song so you can see all the higher level parts. And as I say, if you're more of a beginner, any bits that you can't do yet, don't play, but stay on the chord that you're on. And I think that would work for most people as a really good exercise to try and challenge yourself. See where you're at this year, and then have another go at this year, next year, and see how far you've come. I think it'd be a really good exercise in this case as well. Check out Jingle Bell Rock as well. It's really, really similar. But let's have a full playthrough now and join in if you can. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jan. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within